Hi everyone and welcome back to HomeHeadChef. Today we're going to be making gourmet chocolate chip cookies. You're probably asking what makes these chocolate chip cookies gourmet. It's that we're going to be making them with brown butter instead of regular butter. It's really simple. I'll show you how to make the brown butter yourself. Now let's step up to the cutting board and see what we need. For this recipe we are going to need 1 cup of unsalted butter cut into cubes, 1 cup of brown sugar, 2/3 cup of white sugar, 2 eggs at room temp, 1½ teaspoons of vanilla, 2 3/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and 10 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and then we're going to top them off with some flake salt. In a medium-sized saucepan, we're going to get our cubed butter in. We're going to turn it on to medium-low, and we're just going to get this melted. Once the butter is completely melted, we're going to want to turn up the heat to medium-high, and we're going to want to stir this frequently and scrape down the sides. After a few minutes, the butter is going to start sizzling like that. We're on the right track. We're going to let this go till it starts to brown or till you get a nice nutty aroma into the air. Once the sizzling and the popping has stopped, we're going to want to turn off the heat, and we're going to let this sit for 15 minutes and cool down. Now that our brown butter is cooled, we're going to stir in our brown sugar and our white sugar until well combined. Now we're going to mix in our eggs and our vanilla. And once that's combined, we're going to start working on the dry ingredients. We're going to add our baking powder, baking soda, and cornstarch into our flour, as well as our salt, and we're going to mix this until well combined as well. Now we're going to slowly mix in a little bit of our flour at a time and get it combined. Now that our cookie dough has come together, we're going to fold in our chocolate chips. Once the chocolate chips are well incorporated, we're going to cover this and we're going to let it sit inside the fridge for a half an hour. Our dough has rested for about 30 minutes in the fridge. Now you can let this go overnight, up to a few days, and really let the flavors develop. You're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now we're going to scoop out our cookies. Might be a little tough. We're going to go with about 2 tablespoons. And just drop our cookie dough about 2 inches apart from each other. Place your cookie dough inside the 350 degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes or until the outsides start to brown. It may look like they're not quite done in the center, but once we let them cool, they'll hit temp perfectly. Now let's get them in. Our cookies are done. They're nice and hot. Let's get them off the baking sheet and transfer them to a cooling rack. And then we're going to sprinkle them with a touch of our flake sea salt, so as they cool down, it sticks to them. I'm going to get the rest of these on the cooling rack, and we're going to let them cool for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to dig in. And that's our brown butter gourmet chocolate chip cookies. Let's get a bite. I really enjoy these. The brown butter adds a nice nuttiness to it. The salt helps all the other flavors pop. This is really an amazing chocolate chip cookie. I hope you try these out. If you like what we're doing here, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook at HomeHeadChef. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.